Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to dekit my Firefly Fireworks kit by Randal Spangler that I finally finished. This was 51. I thought it was only 50. 51 by 170, and it is now done, and so I need to dekit all of the drills into my spare drill storage so that I can move on to the next project and free up my storage for something else. So the first thing I'm going to do is I substituted several crystals and ABs in this kit. It came with a white AB, so I will be dekitting that. Actually, let me just do that while I'm talking about it. So this was the AB that came with the kit. And then, like I said, I substituted in 2 ABs. They happen to be Diamond Dots ABs. And if you check out my finish video, which I will stick a link to up there, I put in that video what all of my enhancements or additions were. So I had the one AB that came with the kit. Ooh, that's a lot of schmutz left in that one, so I will leave that one to clean it out later. So I have my 2 diamond dots. You can see this one is almost completely empty, so I'm going to be emptying that one out. This one, there's quite a bit left, so it is just going to go back in my storage. And then I had 3 crystals that I had. 2 of them I did not have crystal codes for, so I'm not sure what number they are. I just kind of went by eyeball and picked some that I thought would be good in the kit. So these were used in some stars in the night sky. These were used in mostly in the Mason little star jar. So what I did was, if you look at the kit here, there's some of those turquoises in here. Some of them got used up here. I have a blue one that was crystal code 39 that I used in some of the fireworks, and then I had my diamond dots got used kind of here where it transitions from the clouds to the night sky, and then of course my greens got used down here in the leaves and the dragon and all of the grass and everything. So it was a really fun kit. I had a lot of fun kind of figuring out what I wanted to substitute in, and I love Randal Spangler's art. I have been a fan of his for a very long time, so which was one of the reasons that I bought that kit. That was actually my oldest kit in my stash. It was from Black Friday of 2021 that I purchased it, and so now I can say that that one is finished, so I'm really excited about that. Also, it was really big, which was one of the reasons it was still hanging around, because it was so large I didn't know whether I wanted to work on it or not. And you can see these have sat around for so long. And these are the old, because the kit was so old Diamond Art Club stickers that do not come off easily. So let's see how well the rest of these work. I had more than enough drills left of every color to finish. I don't know why these have started getting stuck up there in the corners for me. They didn't used to do that. I don't know if you can see, they get stuck up there in the corner and then I can't get them out. So they're in there until the next color, which is kind of annoying. Probably has to do with the way that I store them, but that's okay. That's how I like to do it, so that's how I'm going to do it. Because I know some people in their Elizabeth Ward will store them so that, see, and that part came off easily, but this one didn't. And I don't know if I want to make you guys watch me peel all of these off. If they're all going to be that difficult, I may just have a little cleaning session off camera and do it then, rather than making you guys sit through me cleaning all of these off. Anyway, I had more than enough drills, obviously, to finish. And I also had more than expected of a couple of colors because of my substitutions. So because I was subbing in other colors, they were in my 310s. Although these are nice, there are not very many of them. So I have a ton of 310. I don't really need any more. Those can just go in my trash. Oh, and there's one stuck in there as well. Let me get that one out. Okay. Move my trash here out of the way so I can start dekitting the rest of these. Anyway, so I had a good time working on this one, even though it took way longer than I thought. Just because, you guys, see, it's been one of those days, hasn't it? Has for me. Okay, let me pick all of these up and be a little bit more careful, because clearly I did not have the container completely pointed in the bag. So I can get them all in there. Come on. Anyway, I really enjoyed this one. Even as large as it was, I had a good time with it. And so I am really now kind of excited to do some of my other Spanglers, because I think I had something like 11 Spanglers at last count when I did my last stash update. And you can see there's another one stuck up there. Get those out of there. I need to do a good cleaning on this kit. This Elizabeth Ward is, I think, the first one that I bought. I need to just spend some time kind of cleaning everything, I think, so that stuff isn't sticking. Anyway, I love Randal Spangler's art, and so I've purchased a bunch of his kits, but I hadn't done any yet until this one. And so I'm actually now kind of excited to do some more of his kits, because the actual dragon part went fairly quickly. So, I mean, it's a round, so it's going to go quicker than others, but the actual dragon part of it, and again, this one was so big. None of my other ones are going to be that large, I don't think. I was actually debating whether I wanted to do them in the order that I purchased them, or if I just want to pick out the one that I think is cutest and work on it. I mean, they're all cute. It's not that they're not all cute, but like I bought the Sunday one, what's it called? Sunday Delight. And that one looks like it would be fun to work on. And it's a little bit smaller, so maybe I would pull that out and work on that before I worked on some of the ones that were a little bit bigger. Or maybe I'll just work on them in the order that I got them. I don't know yet. So, $5.50. It was kind of fun working through this kit, trying to see, you know, several of these colors. Not this particular one, but several of these colors. The blues, I had multiple containers of this big size that, you know, were full because I needed that many drills just because of the size of the kit. And so it was kind of fun going through it to be like, okay, I've finished that whole container of drills, so now I can move on to the next one. Because I think a couple of the blues, even, I had, come on, get out of there. A couple of the blues, I had, you know, 2 large ones and then 1 small one or 1 medium one of the same color. Just, again, because the painting is so large, you needed that many drills of that particular color. So it was kind of crazy. And then there were a few colors like this one and the one after it. There was maybe 10 drills, just not very many of this particular color. So kind of interesting how you get some kits where there's a whole bunch of one color or 3 colors or whatever. And then there's nothing for, or very minimals for some of the other colors. And I know they try to use or at least minimize the number of colors. So 775. Made a big jump there. I was back in the 500s, so I was like, did I miss some colors or something? Nope, just a big jump. And again, you can see that one stuck back in there. Come on, get out of there. Did it get out? Okay. Sometimes these little ones, it's hard to see, these little containers. 796. So this was one of the blues that I had a lot of. I think I had 2 containers this size of this one. And then the one after this, I also had a ton of, you can see how many I have left over. That's a huge amount of colors for this, or amount of drills. So 796. And then 797. You see how many drills I've got left. I need to find a heaven and earth design. Nope, these are round. I lied. I need to find some kits to use these with. I'm thinking, actually, that I'm going to get, come on, get out. I'm going to get one of those books from Diamond Dots, or I've seen them at Joann's. I'm not really sure. I think it's Diamond Dots that has them. Ooh, am I going to get that closed? I am not. So some of these are going to have to go in my trash. Okay, because I can't even get that bag closed. There's so many. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now I can get the bag closed. Because it does hold quite a few drills, but, you know, these are just my spares. I don't need to have, I don't need to have any more of that particular color, I don't think, for quite some time. So, 798. In fact, I may need to do some shuffling around because one of my rows is getting kind of full. And some more stuck up in there. Come on, get out. Come on. Okay, 798. Then 823. 823 I already have a ton of, and there's only this many left. So again, I am going to just dump these in my trash. There we go. Then, let's see, 890. I don't have very many of these. Now we're getting into the dragon colors, all of these greens, dark greens and browns, which was kind of funny because it did make it seem like that you were working on almost 2 different canvases, because you would, you know, all the greens and the browns and everything were kind of at the bottom where the dragon was, with the grass and the dragon himself and all of that. The clouds, the leaves, were all these greens and browns. And then, you know, you had that transition to the blues, and then everything was basically some shade of blue from then on. So it was almost like working on 2 different paintings. Let's see, 904. Get all these poured in there. Okay. And then I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to start from the end and work my way back because I need to rework where some of these are seated in my storage, because I've got a lot of room in the last row here, but I don't have a lot of room in this middle row. So let me just fill out some of these, and then I can, as I work my way backwards, I can make some room. I do have more spare squares than I do spare rounds, which is kind of funny because I would say that I do more rounds than I do squares, but all of my spare rounds fit into one box. Of course, also, I bought those Art Dot spare squares, the whole, so you got all of the DMC colors, 1,000 drills of each color. And those are in my spares. Now, those are going to be getting used up as I complete my Heaven and Earth designs, and possibly some of my other projects using those books from Diamond Dots I was talking about. Basically, you get like a pattern book, like you would with a needlepoint, and then you diamond paint on a blank canvas using their pattern. And that looked like a lot of fun. I've got a couple of blank canvases hanging around that I've been waiting for a project to do, and I might do that. So, okay, 3843. I don't know where that came from. Okay, 3826. No ones that got stuck in that particular one, so that's good. Okay, 3819. I'm getting to the front of this row, and then I can move a couple of colors around so that I can get everything a little more evenly spaced in my storage here. Okay, 3817. Some of these are colors I don't have, which is great. Okay, 3817, 3816. A lot of colors in this very last row, which is good since that row wasn't very full. That means there's plenty of room to put them in there. Whoops. And 3811. Whoa. My trash spilled apparently. I always have a tray of something that I keep. Usually I try to keep it in a container for this very reason so that it doesn't spill all over the place, but I've been moving this around because there's one stuck in there. Come on, get out of there. I've been moving this around because I needed to make room for other stuff, and so apparently when I moved it around, I shook up where the trash was laying, and they all spilled out into the tray of the Elizabeth board. And I've missed some of these hangers on in these containers. I thought I was looking, but I sure have missed a couple, haven't I? That one was like glued to the top. That's kind of crazy. Okay. 3811. Let me get back to, now that I've cleaned up my mess for the most part. And I still keep finding drills everywhere. I think I've cleaned up my mess. This is 3811, right? Yes, okay. For a minute there I was like, do I have the wrong? Those two are stuck in there. You'd think It's almost like when stuff gets too hot and it gets sticky. I didn't think that could happen with drills. They're plastic. Staticky, yes. Sticky, no. Okay, so that's the end of that row. So let me move a couple of numbers from the previous row into that one. And now I've got room to put some stuff in this one. 3, 7, 5, 5. And then as I finish going through, I'll be able to kind of shuffle some of these around so that, again, everything's a little more evenly distributed in my box here. 3, 7, 5, 5. You guys, these 3, 7 numbers give me fits. 3, 3, 7, 1. I don't actually know if I need any more of the 3, 3, 7, 1. Yeah, that bag is full. So this is, again, going to be a color that I just dump in my trash because almost every kit has some 3, 3, 7, 1. Okay, so now I'm done with that row. Let me scoot these back a little bit so I can make some room at the front to move a couple of these over to the front of that row. Okay, now 996 all the way at the back. Ooh, I'm getting close. Got one row of colors left to do, basically. Okay, there's 996, and then 995. I have a ton of drills left over of 995. So you can see you get more than enough to finish what you need. And that's going to basically fill up my bag. So then I'm going to put the rest of those in my trash. Okay. 3814. Now, how did that one get out of order? 3814. It's back in that other row. Okay. All the rest of them are 900s. I don't know how this one got out of order. And the color that's stuck in the back there, if you can see it, is not the color that was in there. So who knows where that came from? Okay, 3814. That can go in my trash. And now I'm back to my 900s. Okay, 993. All of these are going to be very close in number, if I recall correctly. Come on, get out of there. These little ones that want to stick. 993. Get it stuck in there. Then 992. Some of the lids on these are stiff. These containers are stiff. This is my oldest tray, I think, but I also borrowed some containers from other Elizabeth Ward storage. So it's all Elizabeth Ward storage, but some of the containers may be from either my extras or from one of my newer kits. And so the lids don't open quite as wide because they just haven't been used as much. So, okay, 977. Are all of these going to go in this row? Yep, it looks like. Okay, so maybe I won't have any room to move them over like I thought I would. At some point, I'm going to have to come up with some projects to use these round drills, or I'm not going to have any more room in my spare storage. I'm going to have to expand into another box like I did with my squares. And I don't want to keep expanding the number of boxes that I'm using for my spare drill storage. I have 3 currently. I think that's plenty. I would actually love for it to only be 2. So I need to get busy on some of my heaven and earth designs so that I can be using up those spare drills. Okay, 954. At least some of these other colors, there's not that many, so I'm not taking up that much space. Oops, that one escaped. Okay, 954. Oh, the plastic bags are kind of sticking to my hands. Oh, and there's one left in there. How did I miss that one? No, because it's stuck to it. All right, 938. Ooh, only 3 left. Okay, 938. And then 907. Ooh, I'm so excited to be done with this part of it too. This tray of drills has been sitting around forever, it seems like, because it was sitting around forever while I, waited to work on this kit. So super excited to be finally kind of completely finished. The Dekit is the last part of it for me. Putting all my spare drills away and cleaning off my containers and getting everything ready to go. So, and I normally would also be taking off my stickers, but because they're all being kind of a pain, like those are not peeling off nicely at all. I'm just I'll like sit in front of the TV and do it of an evening or something while I don't have anything, just to give my hands something to do while I'm watching television. And my husband is watching football. He's in heaven right now. The CFL has games on, and then also the preseason games for the NFL. So he's watching most of them, not all, but most of them. And it's racing season, so he's got all kinds of races to watch. He is really enjoying his weekends for that. Okay, so that is all of my containers emptied. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way here and I will show you. Again, I do need to take all of the stickers off, but I will do that at a later date. You guys don't need to watch me do all of that. So I'm going to clean some of this stuff off and then I'll be right back to show you my trash. So don't go anywhere. Okay guys, you can see I've already got some trash that I've added in here just from extra drills that I didn't want to put in my spare storage, but here's the actual trash from my kit. Not a lot considering the size of the kit, but certainly kind of more than I was expecting. Some of them, again, for me, are stowaways. A lot of the white that you see in here are ABs that didn't have a coating on them for some reason, or they were misshapen, or like that one there has like some weird white dot in the middle of it. The rest of the colors, you can see that one right there is misshapen. That one's too small. There's some stringy things happening. So, quite a bit of trash. But again, this was a 51 by 170 kit. So taking that into account, not a huge amount of trash. And so, yeah, let me get all these dumped in here. And you can see all those pretty browns and blues that I added. And so now my husband was asking me today if I was going to use something else as a container for my trash drills. And I was like, I still have plenty of room in this one. This one's only about half full. So until it's full and I make my lamp or do some kind of other art project with it, I'm sticking with it. So there you go, guys. My Dekit of my Firefly fireworks. Again, I will be peeling off all these stickers, but since they're the old versions and not really easily removable, I'm going to need to kind of peel them off, maybe with a scraper, and then I will go over them with my goof off to get rid of any residue before I put it all kind of back together the way it goes and put this back in storage so that I can use it for another kit. That's all for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.